So apparently Shroud's game is dying. Now, my first impressions of the game was it's Valorant. When I first looked at it, I'm like, it reminds me of, when Kick started, they took all the UI elements and everything, what made Twitch look like Twitch, they took it and just made it green. And that's what Spectre Divide reminded me of. I'm like, this is just Valorant. And so I was kind of turned off by that because it looked the exact same. And apparently it's dying, according to theScore esports. So I'm going to watch this. I want to know because I haven't really been seeing him play it. I mean, I'm not an avid Shroud watcher. When I go on Twitch, I see who I'm following. I see what they're playing. I don't see him playing it that much.
I have been working on a game secretly for the past 2 years, and now that secret's out, and that game is called Spectre Divide, made by Mountaintop Studios. This has been a really, really fun, interesting project.
Oh,
the
we
new
got a
game that
glitch.
Shroud is promoting, Spectre Divide, is just over 3 months old, but is already being racked with cheaters, layoffs, and a disappearing player base. Things aren't
Cheaters already. We got cheaters already, bro. Every game is gonna have cheaters. It's so, I don't know if the game is a free game, but especially in free games, it's so hard to curtail the cheaters. And I see these things coming out with like AI powered cheats where it's gonna be almost impossible to stop cheaters. Y'all might want to get used to single player games because the cheating's only going to get worse, and I think it's here for good. So GG's to online gaming.
cheaters, layoffs, and a disappearing player base. Things aren't looking good, leaving people wondering if this game is dead on arrival.
Woo! Let me know in the comments if you ever played Spectre Divide. I've never played it, but I want to know if it was actually fun. I know there's like a mechanic that makes it different than Valorant, where you essentially have two of yourselves, and you can like tell them what to do or something. It's like a clone of yourself, and so you essentially have two lives or something. When I initially heard that, I'm like, that's pretty interesting because any game that tries to innovate on something, it's worth trying. I don't know if it was good or not. I did not tune in that much, but I wonder if they're going to talk about that. It's a long ass like sequence. What the hell?
Today's video, I wanted to thank
Bro, look at that mustache. Homie looks like a magician. You gotta warn me when a mustache comes up like that on my screen. You gotta like have a mustache warning. I wasn't expecting this, sir. You stunned me.
Okay, so Spectre Divide is an in-development 3v3 tac shooter that takes inspiration.
Look at that, bro. This shit looks just like Valorant, bro. Just the what's it called, like cell shading or something like that. That's what they call it. Where like it kind of looks cartoonish. It's got that going on, and the map just look at the walls. Look at the objects. Everything looks just like Valorant. The UI on the bottom. Now I haven't played Valorant in a minute, right? Those games that kind of get boring to me fast, like CS:GO, Valorant. It's so slow paced, so tactical. They get boring after so long. If I was to take like a double take real quick, I'm like, oh, this person playing Valorant. Valorant's not 3v3. Valorant is what, 5v5 or something. So I like that. But look, you see up top. There's like more than 3 characters you see. So yeah, the 2 lives thing, I'm guessing they're gonna discuss it.
Divide is an in-development 3v3 tac shooter that takes inspiration from CS and Valorant, with the major twist being that players are able to control 2 bodies in a single round.
Yep.
When playing, you can toss out a puck that contains your Spectre, i.e. your second character. You can then switch back and forth between the Spectre and your OG body, essentially giving you 2 lives. It's like a Phoenix ult mixed with Yoru's kit, and it works pretty well.
When I played Valorant, I used Phoenix. I mean, when I played it was when it just came out, so there wasn't all the new characters there are now. But when I did play, I used Phoenix. He would snap, go around the corner, flashbang someone, turn around, fire them. Yeah, no, I wasn't that great. I'm talking about the art style. I love it. Any game that has that cool cartoony look, like when Fortnite or Call of Duty skins has that cartoony effect on them, I'm a sucker for it. I don't know, it's something about it. It's just so beautiful to me.
Bodies in a single round. When playing, you can toss out a puck that contains your Spectre, i.e. your second character. You can then switch back and forth between the Spectre and your OG body, essentially giving you 2 lives. It's like a Phoenix ult mixed with Yoru's kit, and it works pretty well. Just given my short time playing the game, having these 2 lives offers a ton of creativity, allowing you to set up traps and crazy flanks sometimes too. But more importantly, it provides players with more consistent action and agency. Rather than waiting around because you died early or feeling like a round is already over because you had to rotate across the entire map, you can be in 2 places at once. You can get a second chance. Now, the game itself
Hold up. Mike, I have a question. The dummy, the person you're not controlling, are they just idle sitting there waiting for you to control them again? Or if someone gets in their sight, can they kill somebody for you? That's what I want to know. I'm assuming they're idle, because that'd be kind of crazy if you can just let your bot kill people. But I don't know. You got to fill me in on that.
Now, the game itself is being developed by Mountaintop Studios, who have a ton of experience on their team, with devs coming from the likes of Bungie, Riot, Respawn, and plenty others. And on top of that, the game is also affiliated with one of the most popular streamers on the planet, Shroud. As one of the game's largest investors, he's been helping shape Spectre Divide for quite some time now. Love him or hate
Bro, when I say Shroud is a demon with the FPS, I ain't seen someone with the aim like Shroud. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen every FPS player in the world, but the shit Shroud can do with his flicks and his tracking is just anything to do with the gun virtually killing mugs. He's a goat with that. He's the goat to me in terms of that. He's just so crazy. Anytime I see him play a new FPS, I'm like, I gotta tune in. I just gotta see how his aim is looking on a new game. Like I remember I watched a video years back. It was like his first time playing Apex or none, and he was going stupid immediately. He's just got a knack for these games. All those years of CSGO really honing his skills like crazy.
Game's largest investors, he's been helping shape Spectre Divide for quite some time now. Love him or hate him, dude is very good at FPS and plays them for a living. Not to mention his insanely large community. A ton of companies would kill to have someone like that to consult on their game and give them money. And as a result of his help and the veteran team behind it, the game is actually really fun. It's more than just a copy, despite its surface level similarities to Valorant.
That's what I'm saying, bro. From the surface, it just looks like a copy, but apparently this dude's saying it's fun. So maybe I gotta try it. I don't know. Maybe I gotta stream it, you know? But I don't want to stream my FPS skills. They aren't that great. I don't want to get flamed. So Shroud says he's been working on this game for 2 years, and he's an investor essentially. So how into the weeds is he with this game? Was he from like day one? Like he had to start and he created a team, a company that can create it, or like did he come in later on and be like, we would love your input, Shroud, and he came on as an investor and a consultant to help them make the game better? That's like, how involved was he?
Unfortunately, this has not been enough to keep the game free of troubles. And for people actually playing the game, the main concern for a while has been a familiar one. Cheaters.
Yeah. Every game got them cheats, man. Oh my gosh.
Okay, low-key.
Now Shroud can do that though. That's not impossible.
He might be.
Okay, that's a cheater.
Shortly after the game dropped into its early access, players hit Discord and Reddit to complain about already facing cheaters, and the issue only seemed to get worse. Given that we've seen this in the past with games like the Finals, Deadlock for a moment, and
the Finals. The beta of the Finals, I was liking it, but the Finals it kind of just got boring to me really quick. I don't know what it is. It was so unique with this destruction, the coins, the player types. I was really digging it at first, but it just got so boring to me quickly. I don't know why. I thought it was going to be a game that was going to be a mainstay on my screen. I'm going to be playing it a lot, but that wasn't the case. I haven't played it since it came out. The day it came out, I played it for a few hours. I haven't went back.
Given that we've seen this in the past with games like the Finals, Deadlock for a moment, and of course, CS2,
I haven't played Deadlock.
I felt like I had to take a deeper look. Now, things aren't quite as bad as they are with CS2, with countless people live streaming themselves, just full rage hacking.
Damn.
But a quick search on YouTube, and you'll find a ton of content showing off and promoting cheats for Spectre Divide. And
that's
as far as
crazy.
the complaints go, we have once again reached out to the anti-cheat police department, who have been monitoring the situation, as they do with most games.
What?
And the community sentiment only seems to be getting worse. Even Coach from the
Bro, there's an anti-cheat police department? That's hilarious. I had no idea about this. We've been actively lurking Discord servers and forums and noticed that cheaters are getting away with posting screenshots of hitting champion in the official Spectre Divide Discord server. Wow. We got a damn police department for anti-cheat? That's pretty cool.
ACPD, like so many others, says that the game itself is very good. It's just that facing cheaters every other match is not. Some have pointed to the use of BattleEye as their anti-cheat of choice, doubting its effectiveness. But Coach explained
none of this
it's
shit
actually
works.
not that bad,
None.
and it does have kernel access. The issue seems to be that they aren't getting enough reports. Even something as strong as Vanguard.
Fuck, man. I recently switched up my setup, and so I've got like 2 webcams or whatever, and I think I've been looking at the wrong webcam the whole time. Because like one is my wide right here, and then one is my thin right here. I got to be looking at that. So I might be looking crazy in this video looking at the wrong lens. My fault. This is going to take some time to get used to.
The issue seems to be that they aren't getting enough reports. Even something as strong as Vanguard wouldn't work as well without people doing manual reports to help supplement the automation. And the reason there aren't enough reports could be that there aren't enough players.
Damn.
The game is in early access right now, but its numbers have been dwindling as of
600 players? That ain't gonna sustain nothing. God, dog. 600 players, bro. The all-time peak was 26K. That's pretty good. Dude, how are you gonna have I'm pretty sure it's like Valorant, so they have a whole rank system. So how are you gonna have a rank system with 600 players? That's kind of tough, right?
The game is in early access right now, but its numbers have been dwindling as of late, with less than 1,000 daily players. And you want to know who usually isn't a part of that group of players? Shroud. Listen, the guy is an investor. He doesn't technically have an obligation to play the game if he doesn't want to. And I mean, Buddy can throw money at a new game every week and still be fine. But it's hard to deny that it's not a great look for the game that Shroud, if Twitch tracker is to be trusted, seemingly hasn't played the game since September 18th and hasn't uploaded it to his YouTube channel in a month. I'm not saying we have a Concord situation on our hands, but there have been...
Concord, bro. That shit was embarrassing. Concord. Oh, what a fail, bro. What a fail.
I'm not saying we have a Concord situation on our hands, but there have been a bunch of releases recently dividing people's attention, from games like Deadlock to Black Ops to even similar titles like Fragpunk.
Well, listen. There's always going to be... Wait, which camera? I don't fucking know. There's always going to be another game that comes out, a new game that comes out. But what is that game doing to keep the players there when new games do come out? And Shroud doesn't play the game anymore. That's tough. That's real tough. I mean, you can't expect him to just play that game 24/7, man. He'll lose his viewership if he does that. Like, what is he gonna do? If he's in the mood to play it, he'll play it. But if the game dies because he's not playing it, there's no real true fan base there anyways.
From games like Deadlock to Black Ops to even similar titles like Fragpunk. All three games Shroud has been giving more attention to, by the way.
Yeah, this game is gonna easily, and I mean easily,
attention to, by the way.
Yeah, this game is gonna easily,
is this Deadlock?
Easily take over.
Wait, you know what this looks like?
When it comes
Overwatch. That's what this game looks like. I was never in the Overwatch, really. I never even tried it. But just by watching it, shit didn't look like it was up my alley. Not at all.
And I mean easily take over in 2 years when it comes out, for sure.
Damn. Wait, is he saying that?
It's the first arena shooter MOBA that actually is good.
Hold up. Deadlock comes out in 2 years?
The other ones kind of stink.
It also doesn't help that the studio behind the game has had to lay off 13 employees in order to support the future of their game. This isn't to say that Spectre Divide is dead in the water. As I mentioned before, the finals faced their own cheating issue, but has since bounced back and continues to go strong. Spectre Divide also recently had its first community invitational, and there's still a buzz about this game.
They had an invitational. I was talking. Let me listen.
Also recently had its first community invitational, and there's still a buzz about this game. People are begging Shroud to come back and play it more because they love it so much, and are asking other fans of FPS to give it an honest chance. We even asked Tens his thought on the situation back in September, and he too says that although the game isn't for everyone, it does bring something very unique to the table.
That game is definitely like a very niche audience game. I will think there's a lot of people that will enjoy the game and actually love it, but for the pacing, it is very unique. I do think it's a cool game in itself. I'm personally not a fan of ADS shooters that much, but I actually did enjoy playing that game and also playing in the tournament. It kind of showed the cool stuff you could do with supporting yourself. So being able to control 2 lives, I think, is really cool.
Yo, his necklace, I think it's a dog tag, but when I glanced at it, it looked like it was just a silhouette of an iPhone with a case on it. I don't know why. I got ADHD or whatever it's called.
You could do with supporting yourself. So being able to control 2 lives, I think, is really cool.
Is the game too niche, or is the market just too saturated right now? These are legitimate questions the devs are likely asking
Too niche.
But what's clear is they aren't going to give up. Mountaintop have even claimed that they are committed to working on this game despite the waning audience. They've even privately reached out to the ACPD to see if there are opportunities to work together. And on their official website,
they're taking initiative, trying to figure out the cheating problem. I mess with that.
Devs have been active, releasing updates on their progress with anti-cheat, patch notes, and community updates. Hell, the CEO even made a post quoting Mark Twain, declaring that Spectre Divide is not dead and that they have the resources to fund this game for the long run. As I've said, look at any video on Spectre Divide and you will see that there is an audience for this game who are dedicated to it and enjoy the hell out of it, and only want to see more people give it a shot. On top of all that, one of the biggest FPS streamers on the planet has put his name behind this project. So although he's yet to comment on any of these ongoing issues, his continued cosign can go a long way when it comes to boosting player numbers. We just might have to get him to stop playing literally any other game for that to happen. Maybe like he's played the game and he just sees that like people aren't really watching when he plays it, and he's like, I'll lose more money in losing audience members because they don't care about this game than I did investing into the game. Or maybe like he's just like, they're cooking something up and I'm just gonna wait until they're gonna do something big that's gonna differentiate this game even more than the competitors.
No, he finds the game he finds the game boring is what's happening. You know, if I'm not playing a game and I'm playing another game, it's because the other game's kind of boring. Now, unless he was just playing the shit out of that game and he was playing that game so many hours a day, then it's like, okay, I'm tired of this game. I'm going to come back, but I want to play other games. But no, I think he just thinks it's kind of boring right now. Because he's had that many years of Counter-Strike. He's played a lot of Valorant, I think. He's just played this type of game so much. He wants a change. He wants something new. What that was that? I mean, his game is dying, I guess, but it seems like the devs are trying to curtail that. And I'm interested to see where the game goes. And I might try it myself on a stream. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching.